Okay, guys, I'm right here, Sergio Silva from Team Silva BJJ, Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay. I'm one of the responsibles for the Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay tournament. We start doing Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay since 2010. One of the reasons why we start doing Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay is the main reasons is to unify and get a network of our fighters. So the fighters connecting with different fighters and getting better technical level. Tonight I'm right here with Professor Darcio Lira. He's a 5th degree black belt from his dad, Darcio Lira, the master of Darcio Lira from Fortaleza, Brazil. He's outstanding teacher and has been supporting the local jiu-jitsu tournament for since he got in the United States. He truly believed that the only way to get the sport bigger is to participating in these tournaments. Many tournaments I go, I see him with his crew, really good people, good vibe, and amazing group of folks that like to come in and fight, and then that's what they do, and I would like just to present to you guys. Thanks so much for coming tonight, Darlison.
Thank you, Professor Sergio.
It's a pleasure to have you tonight here.
Good night, everyone. Thank you, Professor Sergio, for the opportunity to come here and participate and give a little bit of my thoughts about Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay. And like you say, I came here in 2007, and as a team, we start to compete in tournaments since 2008. I met Professor Sergio at the end of 2009, beginning of 2010, I believe so. And we click right away because good people, attract good people. And he invited me for the first time to go to his tournament. I went to his tournament with some of my students. It was a small group, but we had a great time and was a good environment, and it was fun. And then since then, all the time, every year when he has his tournaments, I'm always there supporting, helping with the referee and bringing my team. And actually, my students, they really appreciate the participate of your tournament. I'm black belt 5th degrees, oldest son of Master Darcio Lira from Fortaleza, Brazil. I have been training Jiu-Jitsu since I'm a little kid, and Jiu-Jitsu for me, it's my life, and I do for passion. I have a family that I need to represent, I need to honor their name, and when I decide to come here to United States, I decide to spread the legacy for overseas. And so far we have been training hard, and we now for sure we have an established team. It's a really strong team. Like Professor say, we always in all tournaments that it's possible to go, and we always doing our best. And so far we have getting good results. Of course, there's a lot of great teachers and amazing fighters out there, which is make just like more special when you have a chance to get on the podium after tournament. And Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay, it's a place where all the teams converge and get together, and we have amazing fighters there, amazing fighters, really good fights, and it's not easy to be champion on that level of tournament.
That's for sure. I know we were talking about, and once upon a time he came over, we were talking about the difference between fighting in Brazil and fighting in the United States. The things that we go through, like in tournaments, you gotta be ready for everything. Everything you gotta be expected. I see fighters come in and they come in, they think the fight's gonna start at 2:00. The fight's supposed to start at 2:00. The fight doesn't. That has happened. A guy that had a panic attack. The guy was like, "Man, my God, the fight's gonna start. What time it starts?" He come like probably 12 times, man. Like, what time it start? Man, it's 2:00. 2:00 if I start. Like, what time is it? He's looking at the clock. It's like, it's 1:30. It's like, no, it's not even 2:00 yet. But he's so nervous. These people are anxious about fighting, to be out there and fight. I've been on occasions in Brazil to go fight there.
Oh.
Now my fight is supposed to be at 4. At 9:30 at night, I still warming up for my fight. I didn't fight once, and I just wanted it, like we call, like, you know, you gotta go through this. You gotta. There's things that are gonna happen in the tournament. You're gonna go. You're gonna go to travel to go to the tournament. Your car is not gonna start. Something's gonna happen that you gotta be able to be that. You know, and that's happened to every single athlete in any kind of this soccer, anything you do. If you have a like argument with a girlfriend or argument with a wife, you know, that can change your whole game. Your head, your mind space need to be focused. What are you about to do? You're about to fight. You cannot argue with anybody. Your family can support you. You know, is way more than everybody think it is. You know, when I see the tournament, I respect the kids crying. I respect the teenagers like so nervous, like biting their fingers, and just like I can see that, and that's why we do this, to make sure these guys can go in the bigger competition and do well. That our North California fighters is a challenge for South California fighters, for Florida, for Brazilian fighters that come from Brazil. We need to have a chance to fight these guys. These guys in Brazil are fighting all the time. I don't know how it is for Fortaleza, Professor, but now in Curitiba, where I'm from Curitiba, Paraná, Brazil, there's tournaments.
Every weekend.
Every weekend there's a tournament.
Yeah,
Or gi or no gi. Now everybody likes no gi there too. They want to be good.
In Fortaleza, there are 4 federations. So 4 federations
You
running
pick it.
tournaments all the time.
You
So
pick
you
it,
can
you know.
like, okay, I go this one. Talk about what you're saying. Like my last tournament in Brazil before I left was in 2006. Was Norte Nordeste in Bahia. So I got on the gymnasium at 9 a.m. and they called me for my first fight at 4 p.m. So you were
That's
there.
what I'm saying.
So I always tell to my students here, when you go compete, make sure that you have that day free. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about a bill that you need to go to pay. Don't worry about a date that you need to go. Don't worry about anything.
Leave everything for Monday. Monday you do this.
Exactly. Because if something get late and you cannot make at that time, you need to stay there. So it's a war day. So you go for war. You're just gonna come back after the war is over, right?
Yes.
So, and then you need to stay there the whole
That's
time.
it. That's
so
it.
be prepared. Another thing that is very important, and I try always talk with my team here. This is something that we do very well in Brazil, and I start to put on my students on their heads here. It's also the support for your teammates, because it's a teamwork outside of the fight area. You're gonna fight, but you cannot expect that you go there, you fight, you have your people cheering for you, hooting for you, and then after your fight you leave. And the next guy from your team that is going to fight, you're not there to give the same support that he gave to you.
Right.
So you need to stay the whole time.
Right.
Because even though if you finish your fight at 1 p.m., but you still have teammates that are going to fight at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That's right.
And you don't want to let them alone there. You want to have them. You want to have them have your support, have your energy. So you need to be there.
Be
You
there.
know? So it's something that is a whole day long.
Definitely, it is individual sport done by a team. You know that we that's the only way to survive. The only way to succeed in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is to have a team behind you. You know, when like I say, going to fight is one thing, but it's so much more. You need to make your weight. You need to be in the proper diet.
You need to train.
You need to train.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta be consistent in your training. You know, when people see like black belts, oh man, that guy got black belt. That guy fought hard to get that black belt. He fought hard. He went into tournaments. He was sick. He was like, oh my God, man, my knee hurts.
Injuries.
He come into the injuries. He treat the injuries. He get better. He does all the treatment has to be done, the proper treatment. Like, you know, right now I use the Pure Goldman. He's one of the amazing healers in the Bay Area. I know, like, but you need to find a way that you can nurture your injuries. You know, this is another part of the game. You know, it's a part of be a fighter. You know, a little bit about the Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay, how we start. We started Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay with a combination. It was a hangout tournament. We had a DJ in the beginning. We had a DJ that come in and set up his stuff and then play music. And then we had a super fight set up. There was a lot of things, oh man, I would like to fight. My students started telling, I would like to fight that guy, I like to fight this guy. So I started set up special fights, super fights. This blue belt against this blue belt, the brown belt versus the brown belt, this guy versus this guy. My students say something, I wish I could fight this guy. All right, you versus him. I was like, are you serious, Sergio? He's like, yeah, you guys gonna fight. I already called the coach, talked with them, you guys gonna fight that this day. People start calling me and saying, hey, Sergio, can you set up this fight, this guy versus this guy? Right now, I do it. Go to Facebook, go here, go there. You guys gonna fight. Sorry to be there. You guys fight at 1. And then when they're about to fight, there's a special music come in. The DJ spoon. It was just a hangout, a vision that I had.
Show, yeah.
And it was a show. It was just a show. It's a putting in a show and have fun. And of course, after people got there, got so pumped that we could not keep small how it used to be. It was like a tournament. It was Brazilian style. I be in competition in Brazil. There was just one man area. One guy fight another guy and fight. People fight, and it's like I have a guy Luis, his name from Brazil. Bro, this guy, I used to fight him all the time. We fought in white belt, we fought in blue belt, we fought in purple belt. Purple belt we fought like 5 times or something. I win one, he won one. That is a healthy competition. We do this, we train so hard, so I can be a challenge for this guy. I'm not gonna beat him next time. And if he beat me, guess what? I'm gonna come back on Monday, gonna train harder, and I'm gonna beat him again. I'm gonna be in his own game. And that's what's a beautiful thing about our sport. We'll be able to do this. I'm 36 years old. I'm still fighting. There's guys older as 52. They're still fighting. And, there's ages, levels. You can pick it. There's kids at 4 years old, 40 pounds, 35 pounds fighting. There's, older people fighting. That's what's the beauty about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. What makes us different than wrestling, than basketball. A lot of guys say, oh, play wrestling after college, you're done. In Jiu-Jitsu, we start at 20. A lot of guys start at 50, at 23, 24 years old, And so what is Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay is different than, why you think, Professor, that Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay is different than other martial arts? What makes us so special, the other tournaments, like the other local tournaments or even national tournaments? Why do you think is different, or Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay, than the other tournaments?
I think the main difference on the other tournaments, for example, some tournaments promoted by IBJJF and some other tournaments, is because Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay, even though has been growing a lot, but it's still with the same environment that's like something fun, like something that people go to enjoy. That the fighting thing is not so, that you still have that warm environment, that people hanging out and people talking with each other, it's a fun thing to go. And some of the other tournaments today got it so like professional, I can say that, like professional level so high that you just go there, get on the time, fight, leave the place, that's it. Done. And done. So there is no the human being like how can I put it there?
It's hard to talk with the promoter,
the
warmers,
as a people. Right. So Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay has been growing a lot, but it's still with the same mentality that was before.
Right.
Like, okay, we going, but it's everybody's friend. Everybody's is here to have fun. It's not just about to go and beat the other guy. It's about to make the Jiu-Jitsu what we like to do. We like to train. We like to roll. So it's kind of like a rolling in your school.
It's very funny because Professor has a couple of students that is a big. It's really fun. Our guys really like to spar and fight them. One of them is Cascão. Another name is Antonio Maia. Those two guys,
Kaylee,
like, hey,
Xavier,
exactly. He's like, hey, Darcy Lito's coming. He's like, oh, he's coming? And I'm like, is Cascão coming with him? It's like, no, man, he's not coming with. Man, I would like to train with him, because they know they create that healthy competition, that what's gonna grow up together.
Don't get me wrong though, it's hard fights.
He's a bottle. He's a bottle, man.
I got nervous sometimes. I got nervous, like I rather be rolling and fighting than have my student competing, because sometimes I want to jump in there. I see the guy doing some mistake and oh my God, I'm going there. Okay, you get out of here. Let me go there. But it's tough fights. But at the same time, when it's over, you can see that everybody respect everybody. Everybody treat everybody well. So
that's it.
I think
And
that's the difference.
I think for me, I think there's the most important thing we gotta create.
It's still with a family environment.
That's right. That's right. That's
tournament.
that's amazing.
That would be the word. Still like as a family environment.
That's it. Everybody hug each other
Like
in the
friends,
end.
friends
Hey,
having
you did
fun.
it. You won against me today. Tomorrow I win. It happens. Like I say, every single fight is a fight, and you know, us as a coach, you know, is a nerve wracking for us. You see our students sometimes make a mistake, do something that like, what are you doing? I didn't taught this one. What are you doing? But
you see, for example, like there has been times that my students won finals against your students, and then you were messing with my student. Oh, you won this time, but next time, and then when it was the next tournament, your student won the final by my student, and then I was like, okay, you got this time 1-on-1. We need to do another one. So you know, like,
that's what I'm saying. That's
the idea.
And then the really cool thing, these students, they become friends.
Yeah.
I tell these guys, like, guys, you gotta be. You leave everything on the mat. You fight as hard as you can on the mat. Outside the mat, man, hey, let's go play soccer. Let's do this day. Oh, by the way, our team, you guys getting ready for a soccer game versus you guys.
Yeah,
okay?
we're gonna do that.
We create that, and we know each other outside the mats. We talk with each other, and that's what's the most important thing. That's what's the unify, make our teams. Not only my team strong, but your team too is stronger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, or both people know each other in great environment.
Yeah, yes. Switching knowledge
hey,
and
I want to come back. You know, we that's what I think it was one very, very important things that we're creating right now as a Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay leaders. You know,
and like I said, making clear that is, even though it's that family environment, family atmosphere, but it's a well done tournament. That's good fights, good referees, everything going good on the schedule, good medals, good belts. You know, like sometimes even like better prices, like cash and stuff like that for super fights. So it things that you have been improving, and then it's not just like we see that you have a pleasure to give back to the Jiu-Jitsu community what the support that the community is giving to you by bringing people from your tournament.
Right.
So that's great, you know, that's great. So
I think it's something very important. You talk about, you know, the family, and then people create this coming back. And as a referee, what do you think that is one of the most important thing a fighter should be focused on as he fighting, step on the mat to fight his opponent? What is it? What do you think about this?
First of all, the referee is the person in charge of the fight. Okay, so on my point of view, if you're going to an event, it's because you trust on the event, and then you feel that the event has enough professional level to have you there, because you're not going to participate in something that you think that is not good for you. So that have been said, if you go there, you need to understand that all the professionals who work at the event, they must be people, like quality people. Okay, so that means that the referees on the event are people who know what they're doing. They are people who have capacity to judge fights, to referee fights,
and also to make mistakes. So
but we are human beings, and everybody is subject to make mistakes,
right?
Especially when you are there for many hours and refereeing fights. Even though we have we have a good rotation on the referees, but it's still you're there all day,
working,
you know,
coaching,
all day. Exactly. So it's not easy, and on this case, sometimes a mistake can happen, but the fighter, the athlete who's competing, can never question a referee decision. What should have what should need to be done. If you feel that you got any problem that you think was a missing understand judgment, you need to go and talk with the commission who is running the tournament. In the case, you and the other people who is running the tournament. And then, if you have proof that there was a mistake, of course, you're going to show to the commission, and then the commission is going to analyze that, and then they based on that, on their analysis, they can see what they're going to do about it.
Right,
You
right.
know? But never you can like argue with or coach or athlete argue with the referee.
Right, right. I think that's something that we're learning in a way. We're improving so much since we started. We don't see our referees wearing shorts or anything that kind. We try to be as professional as we can. All the referees, we try to get an incentive for them to be in the referee seminars. And we did a BJJF rules meeting with Professor Alvaro, and we try to improve as much as you can. And I think the most important thing is the respect. As a fighter as well, is just I feel like I be in the fights that yes, I think it was a mistake, and I don't think the guy will get advantage. But hey, I gotta go for the point. I need to try. I need to go for submission. That's the objective of the game. The points is relative what you're trying to do. But yeah, you gotta play really well your strategy, and don't argue with the ref. And try to always to tape your fights. Tape your fights and then go back in the next day in school and take a look with your coach. I tell my students, if you don't bring the fight for me to show me, I'm not gonna go. Hey, all I care is I might do that, I might not. But if you're interested to get your game better, you need to bring your fight back. Hey, Sergio, what do you think about this? Hey, I'll criticize your fight. I'll tell you what you argue. I don't let any of my students argue with the referee. I was the one to talk with the referee. I was the one that go talk with the commission, and I leave my students out. And every time my student gets out of control, I take him out of the message and let's talk. Let's get some water, take a deep breath, and that's ours tomorrow, man. Don't worry about it. You lost today, tomorrow you win.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And do you think? What do you think about strategy? Why? Do you think it's strategy between gi and no gi? Do you think there should be different strategy or?
Oh, for sure, man. Like I know that a lot of people they like to do more gi than no gi in jiu-jitsu. And but like the no gi training is very important too, because are two completely different games. When you fight with gi, you can base your game more, you can control more, because you have way more grips, you have pants, you have gi, like you even the bodies don't get so slippery because the gi you hold better. So it's more like it's gonna be really like the technical aspect of the game. It stands out more on the gi fight. On the no gi, it's way more stamina, speed, and strength. All these three combined can make you a champion. That's why that's so true that you see more a combination of levels. For example, you see a purple belt fighting a no-gi tournament against a black belt, and you see sometimes he can win because the game get more like close.
Right.
Because they don't have the grips.
Right.
But once they put the gi on, the black belt strategy, the black belt technique is gonna show off more. So because he have more experience, the technique is gonna stand out more. So it's necessary, if you think about it, to do gi and no-gi tournament. First of all, it's necessary to have amazing stamina. You need to be training like a lot, to be able to handle we 6, 7, 8, 9 fights.
We had a guy that had 14 fights.
Yeah.
He had 14 fights in one tournament. I was like, I would keep watching him. I'm tired to watch this guy fighting. I'm like, he's fighting again. He's fighting again. He's fighting again. It's like, man, like, how many times is this guy's going to fight?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have no idea. So, I definitely
and
think...
it's two different strategies, man.
Pick one. Pick one. If you're like, hey, your gas is not top gas condition, just pick one. Pick a gi. You got to do gi. You got to do 4 fights. You win championship. Hey, do open division. Go get a shot for the title, for the championship belt. We always gonna try, to improve our championship belts. and we give the championship belt as the first prize of the Open Division champions.
You don't want to do like 2 fights. You have 4 fights in each division, gi and no gi. You do the 2 first fights with gi and the 2 fights with no gi, and then you're dead.
Done.
And then at the end, you should save that 2 fights with no gi and fight all 4 on gi and be champion.
Be a champion, fight those.
And then if you have, you go to, so you need to be smart.
That's it. Be smart. Talk with the coach. A lot of people I found out, and sometimes I let them do that. It's like I talk to them. They don't want to talk to us. They don't want. I'm your coach. I know what's better for you. If you're not feeling well, I tell, hey, just compete with the gi, and then you go ahead and compete both. You make your decisions. But as a coach, I tell, hey, this is the light. Go straight here and turn right. If you want to turn left, you're probably gonna pay the consequence. I see students like, oh, I want to do my own. I want to go there and fight everything, and then they want to fight everything, and the parents take control. He's gonna fight 2 years older kids. Man, be careful. You're gonna get hurt and get injured or something. Oh man, they go to be a big kids. So they did a study in the juveniles. That's when the injuries get more injuries because the juveniles, they go crazy, right? They get teenagers, they're like 16, 17, they know everything, and they want to.
They know.
Oh, they know everything, man. They do the fly armbar, the fly triangle, they jump, they fly, they can do everything, And that's when you see sometimes like I don't.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they think they know because you really know when you have that controlling.
Right.
Like that's you see. For example, sometimes training, you see the lower belts doing on bar, and then the guy go and hurt the other guy's arm, and then you see a black belt fighting. He gets the same on bar and he just hold it there, and then the other guy's gonna be moving around until finally the guy like, okay, I quit, but I didn't hurt him.
Right.
So. Know a technique.
It's about good, the control.
But you need to have the control.
The control is everything,
The control.
And that's why having your feet wet, get on those competitions, try to do it, try to fight. No, we're fighting most of the times. I told my students, you fight against yourself. You're your worst enemy. You go out there doubting yourself. You gotta go out there believing that you can do. You have all the tools that you need to go there and do a good fight. But you got to believe in yourself first. That's why a lot of the kids and a lot of the juveniles that compete and win, man, there's a kid here, his grades are skyrocketing. He won 2 turns in a row, and he's so confident now. He's like, Sergio, man, I'm confident. I think I can do this good. Now. And then my parents are supporting now because as soon as I win my second tournament, that I had 3 fights. It was a very emotional final he did. His parents are like crying. Yeah. He's like he can't even believe that he won such a tough fight, and he did it himself. He believed in himself.
That's good.
And that's the main thing. I feel like even your guys, man. Sometimes I see your guys fighting out there. They put it like I had this guy that for Antonio for Billy Ray. Billy Ray is a big guy, man. I mean, this guy is like 255 pounds, like bodybuilder, ex-bodybuilder, big guy, purple belt for a while. Antonio went there, like I'll fight him. He already got him once. I beat him once. I can beat him twice. And the second time he lost, but that created a competition. Now they want to fight again. And even though
it was a good fight,
it was a good fight.
And it wasn't easy.
It wasn't easy, man. Antonio is a really good kid, and hey, that's why we're here to support the local fighters. If you're a local fighter, come compete in this tournament. We have fights for you. We have fights for your teammates. Come over, enjoy the day with us. We're gonna have acai. We have a poke bowl, Hawaiian poke bowl. We have a whole community that comes together, hang out for the day. Bring your kids, bring everybody, man. Let's have fun of this. Yeah. Okay? So I'd like to thank you so much, Professor Darcy, for coming for this, man. I appreciate it so much. It was a pleasure to have you. I'm sure you guys come in full blast. Professor.
We want to go. We want to go for one of those trophies, team.
Yes, we're gonna have trophy.
We already got a few times, so we won again.
I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I'd like to thank you, Tough Row, right here behind me, supporting the local Jiu-Jitsu. They're gonna provide. They're gonna give you a award ceremony. They're gonna give a free gi, a top-notch Tough Row gi by all the Open Division champions. So if you're white belt, blue belt, purple, brown belt, and win, you will get a championship belt. You will get a trophy. You will get a medal. and you will get a nice top-notch Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu top widow gi. They're called Black Widow. So I would like to say thanks to Dr. P. Dr. P is healing me since 2009. Amazing healer, chiropractic. I'd like to thank you, Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay, OTM, Scotch, for supporting us, support our local. Suns Free Solar Panels, Kevin Good, thanks for all your support. Thank you, Team Silva, BJJ. Thanks, Professor Darlison Lira. Thanks, everybody that helped us to get together. Our American Trucks, thanks for all your support for us. And I hope to see you guys June 8th, 2013 in Alameda High School in one more Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay tournament.
Just finalize here. If anybody in Livermore area, Pleasanton, Dublin, and you're looking for a good school to train and learn the noble art of Jiu-Jitsu, the soft art of Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, please feel free and come check out our school. It's the 1569 Olivina Avenue in Livermore, right by the big McDonald's, the old McDonald's. So everybody's welcome, and for sure we're gonna have a great time together.
What's
Okay?
what's the website again?
The website is www.darcylirajujitsu.com. Okay, you guys also, if you speak Portuguese, you also can see our website direct from Brazil. It's www.jiujitsutraditional.org, org.br. Okay, we just compete as a team in Brazil for the first time. They had the national Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu professional in Fortaleza, my city.
Yeah.
And then our team compete with people all white, all the way to black belts. Was 11 people competing. We got 6 gold medals, 3 silvers, and 1 bronze.
Wow.
So it was the first time the tournament was there, and a lot of people, really a lot of people. 2 days competition.
Wow.
You know, so it was a great tournament. All the tournaments, big tournaments in Brazil, always is at least 1,000, 1,500 competitors.
Wow.
So it was really good.
We're getting definitely close to that. It was just working together.
That's
gonna
what
be
we're hoping for.
Yes, getting big competitions, man. And everybody's welcome to come over, check it out. Our academy, TeamSilvaBJJ.com as well. We have 2 accounts, Alameda and Hayward. You guys check it out, TeamSilvaBJJ.com. Register to Jiu-Jitsu by the Bay, JiuJitsuByTheBay.com. Everybody's welcome to come over to the tournament. If you're not competing, just come watch, have some acai, shake our hands, and I hope to see you on the mats, training with us, or training with somebody, but doing Jiu-Jitsu, man.
Make sure
you guys on the mat.
Make sure that always when you're looking for a school, make sure that there's a black belt there. Like at least like giving a supervisor on the school, and try to always check that black belt to make sure he's a good professional, he's a good person,
Legitimate, yeah.
Legitimate, and also check out about the team and the atmosphere, because
History, yes.
Jiu-Jitsu, it's about trust. I come here, I'm gonna roll with you because I trust on you. I know that if you get my arm, you're not gonna break my arm, you're not gonna break my leg. I know that if you fight, if you tap me out, we're gonna keep all here. I know that if that happens to me, doing to you is gonna be the same thing. So that is very important. Trust is very important. Okay.
Outstanding. Thanks so much, Professor. Thanks for watching, and I see you on the mat on June 8th.
We'll be there.